you everyone for being on the line with us tonight. And Todd, thank you for always setting me up so beautifully on these Wednesday night webinars. And thank you to you and to Barb Troutman for stepping up last Wednesday and doing such an incredible job on our webinar. And many of you know I was having a health crisis last week. So I got a chance to watch your presentation on replay, and I could not be more proud of the two of you and more grateful. And you showed up so beautifully for our team, and a team we are, ladies and gentlemen, in the truest sense of the word. Tonight we have a very special presentation in store for you, and we'll spend about 10 minutes giving you an overview of our exceptional program, and then we'll move right into our guest interview, because many of you have shared with me it's your favorite part of these meetings, and rest assured tonight will be no exception. Let's take a few minutes to help our guests see why it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever for you to waste another day on the outside looking into this magnificent program. No, we're not perfect by any means, but we are the best in the industry, and I'm going to share with you some key components of our one-of-a-kind opportunity. First off, we're a network marketing program, so you'll get all the benefits that go along with this type of business model. You can work from home or wherever you want, whenever you want, in a way that feels right to you and with the people you enjoy working with. Now compare those freedoms that I just described for you with a job where you're told where to work, when to work, what to wear, and who you're going to work with, like it or not. If the truth be told, most of you want the freedom a network marketing business could give you. But, there's that word but, you need to have a reasonable level of confidence that you can actually succeed at it, right? Well, if ever there was an opportunity where you could have your cake and eat it too, this would be it. Tonight, I'm proposing that you become an international business owner with me here and get to work building your health, your wealth, and your dreams for free at absolutely no risk to you whatsoever. And many associates that you'll hear tonight and often on these interviews concur with me that it's the easiest thing that we've ever done, easier than you're going to imagine on the front end of your career here with us. So how's that for starting off on the right foot? I want to quickly touch on a few other components that make this a winning program before we move into our interview. Let me talk about our owners, Stu Finger, Steve Finger, and Michael Kahn, all experienced in the field, just like you and me, and also experienced network marketing owners. They have impeccable reputations in this industry, and they've already proven to all of us in the field that when push comes to shove, these men are going to do the right thing, whether it's easy or not. Our company, CTFO, Changing the Future Outcome, is 3.5 years old. We're debt-free, and this month, in the month of October, we're going to nudge right up to about $2 million in product sales, which is an increase of 25% over what we did in the month of September. And as impressive as that number is, it's even more impressive to know that we've attained that kind of productivity here in just 10 months since we relaunched. We have the very best hybrid compensation plan in the industry, second to none. It's totally unique, and it's been designed to give everyone a chance to make money here. And many associates make a check with us their very first week joining CTFO. Here you can make money without spending money. How unique is that? I've never seen that in my 23 years of network marketing. You can make money without ever spending a penny here. Just $47 a month qualifies you for bonuses all the way to the top earnings position in our pay plan. We pay every week. We pay on time or early. Here, there's no forced auto ships for you or your future team. There's no required front loading of products. And finally, you don't have to balance any legs here. Basically, what I'm saying is all the negatives that are part of other network marketing programs have been done away with here at CTFO. You can plug into our ongoing training and support, ladies and gentlemen, to suit your schedule, your interests, and your style of doing business. You can listen by yourself Or you can refer your associates to these resources, and we can groom you into greatness together for our mutual benefit. Timing is a huge consideration when you're considering the right time to go into a network marketing program. Seasoned networkers like myself and others know, many of us the hard way, that you can't outwork or out-talent a bad timing decision. So let me take just a minute to make my case on why the time is right now for CTFO. Currently, we're growing at a rate of 750 to 1,250 associates every single day. Last month, we just added the hottest CBD products found anywhere in the market to our expanding product line. Some of them we have the exclusive on. And we're nearly launch time for our new website that's promised to be the very best website in our industry on the front end and on the back end. So we have that to look forward to next month. Also, jump on board now and take advantage of all the free advertising that is coming out. While CBD is such a hot commodity, it's hitting the headlines all over the world in all avenues of media. Third-party specialists outside of our special interests here at CTFO say that the CBD industry is expected to grow by 700% by the year 2020. And one more thing I want to reference to help make my point about timing is that AARP, and those of us who are my age and above, we know who AARP is, they say that half of new retirees, baby boomer age people, are looking for a way to make extra money to improve their retirement picture. Half, meaning 76 million people, are seeking a way to make extra money. These individuals that were part of this survey expressed that they also wanted to have a healthier lifestyle. They wanted to be connected to like-minded people and to help others. Well, that's all of us here at CTFO. So I say that all sounds like a program, a challenge that we could rise to here at CTFO. So my point here, ladies and gentlemen, is your timing could not be better. And my guest tonight understands the importance of timing and all the other components of CTFO that make it a winner. And speaking of winners, our featured speaker, Karen Ball, is right on the verge of qualifying as a vice president here. We know that that means Karen's going to earn extra money by capturing the infinity bonus on each pay cycle. So we'll spend some time this evening doing a deep dive into what's made this wonderful Midwestern girl so successful, so fast. Karen focuses on two marketing strategies, ladies and gentlemen, Facebook and Expos. We want to give her plenty of time tonight to share her best stuff. So let's take this opportunity to bring up our rising star, Karen Ball. Thank you for being with us tonight, Karen.
Thank you.
How in the world did you run across a CBD network marketing company 6 months ago?
Well, I was on Facebook, and my daughter was on Facebook, and Kendall Carter was on Facebook, and my daughter and Kendall were friends. They'd been involved in a business, the same business some time ago. And she started sending me screenshots of numbers of people that Kendall was getting into some sort of a business. And she was sending them to me, and I was asking her questions. She was sending him messages saying, oh my God, my mother's asking me questions about your business. And anyway, he said, well, have her call me. So I got a hold of Kendall, and I wasn't sure. I mean, I'm retired. I really was not wanting to get into anything. So he said, well, let's put a little teaser out on Facebook. So we put a little teaser out, and I had, oh, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 people immediately responded. So I had to make a decision whether I was going to get in or not. So I'm sitting over with my little iPad, and I'm sitting in my rocking chair, and my husband's watching a Western, and I said, okay, I'm just going to check it out. I'm not going to do anything. You know, we need to talk about it and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, like it was within seconds. I don't even think a whole minute went by. I looked up at him and I said, I just signed up. It was free. I didn't see any reason not to. I mean, it was like a no-brainer.
Yep.
So anyway, he rolls his eyes and says, okay. Well, a little bit of time goes by and I start talking to all these people and shooting messages off. And this kid, I say kid, he's like maybe 45. He sent me a message and he said, you know, it's funny that you just started this CBD business because I've been researching it. I have a life-threatening illness and my doctor has approved for me to use CBD oil. So we talked about what kind of CBD oil he should get, and he decided to go with the 1,500, even though I said you really ought to get the 300 to 500 because that's what they say in the materials that I'd read. And so, you know, time went by and we got our products, and I'd thought about him a little bit, but I hadn't reached out and I couldn't tell anybody. He hadn't told anybody about his illness. So he didn't want me to say a word to anybody. So anyway, he calls me back and he said, I got my product. I took the serving, I put it in a bottle of water and I chugged it. And he said, the pain that I was having in my arm from my medicine that was going to either make me better or kill me, the pain went away immediately. And I looked over at my husband and I said, you can't drag me out of this business.
Yay,
I'm all
that's
in.
my girl. Yep, that's my girl.
You know, it just immediately went into my heart at that minute. And so Kendall's been stuck with me ever since.
Oh, what a great addition you are to the team, Karen. You know, there's an old saying here on the playing field of network marketing that he who helps the most makes the most, or she who helps the most makes the most. So
right.
That's how we do this. That's how we roll here in this business. There are so many ways, Karen, to advertise on Facebook and market our products and our money-making opportunities. So I'd like to ask you tonight, do you post on a personal page, a business page, or do you drop messages in areas like Barb Troutman?
I have a business page, but I really don't use it much. You know, they want you to spend money, and then as soon as you start doing all that, they shut you down. So I just kind of leave my business page over to the side. And I do mostly everything on a personal page. And what I do, I'm like a really early morning person. So when I wake up in the morning, I have a million things going in my head and a husband that doesn't really want to talk to me for a while. So I'll sit at my computer with my laptop, my cell phone, and my iPad, all three going at the same time. And I'll think of something that I just want to post about. Like on payday, I think in the last payday, I said, you know, I really don't understand the compensation plan. I have had trainings. I've watched the video over and over. I don't get it, but I haven't sent any checks back. You know?
The system knows how to pay you whether you get it or not, right? So
right.
You just do impromptu posts in the early morning.
And I had a lot of pictures too.
Okay, and then do you get those from other Facebook forums, or where do you get your pictures from so that we can help people?
They're all CBD pictures that are, Kendall has a whole lot of pictures. Other people up my line of sponsorship have a lot of pictures, and I've saved, every time I see a picture I like, I save it, and then later I might take it out. Like my favorite one is the Tin Man, you know, from the Wizard of Oz, that just needs some oil. And
yeah, that's good.
I've got an oil for that, and I just put little funny things out there on that. And if something's going on in the community or something, I try to relate it. I really had a lot of people become interested when I got my own products. I took a picture of them, and I talked about what they did for me. And that I got an awful lot of interest from my own personal testimonies. And
when you're doing this, are you soliciting people to buy or enroll, or are you just telling people how your model rolls and what your own benefits are? Do you actually solicit them?
I do a variety of things. Sometimes I put my website out. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just give information. With this 10X Pure product. I, after that came out, I've just about exclusively just promoted that for days and days and days. I did a contest last week for a week that I was looking for customers. So I guess you could say I was soliciting with that. And I put everybody in a drawing for gummies who made a purchase, but I didn't want to cut my team out. So if they got a new customer and they were active that week and bought a product that week, they could give me a screenshot. I was checking my back office and I ended up having a drawing, well, Sunday at midnight, but I had to do it Monday morning because I can't stay up till midnight.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, are you finding that you are recruiting more associates or customers through your Facebook, or a good combination of both?
It's probably a pretty good combination. I'll tell you what really surprises me are the people who just sign up, or they engage for a while and then they sign up out of the clear blue sky. But what I do is, if anybody that makes a comment or likes or loves or laughs or whatever, I send them a private message. And that's one thing I do on Facebook that I'm pretty proud of doing this, because I'm old and I feel like I've taught a lot of younger people how to do this. But I copy and paste little scripts. I think Todd started out with some scripts back when I first got in, and I would save those in my own personal messenger. So when I have like maybe 10 or 15 people liking something or a comment, I go to my own personal messenger where I've saved something, and I can fly that off to all these people in 10 minutes.
Well, that's super duplicatable. I love that. You're keeping it simple, you're keeping it affordable, and you're keeping it duplicatable. That's all amazing, Karen. So without any disrespect intended to you, it doesn't sound like you have a very sophisticated operation as far as your Facebook disciplines. Like anybody could do it, right?
Exactly.
You're doing it. Okay, perfect. Do you have any other insights that you want to share with us about how you advertise on Facebook before we get into your thoughtful Expo success model?
Well, I'll tell you one thing I do that I think is important, and this is probably just also from being older and the way I was raised. I try to keep everything pretty light on Facebook. Now, my husband doesn't want to be on Facebook at all, but occasionally he's like my profile picture right now, I think, and maybe doesn't know it. But I put puppy pictures, I put my grandcat on, I put little jokes. I don't get involved in any of the yucky stuff that's out there right now, all over everywhere. I keep everything pretty light and pleasant, so I'm not attracting anybody to have anything negative to say about me.
Perfect. Yep, I think life is heavy enough for people, and just to come there and drink up some humor and some insights and positive thinking and stuff, I can only imagine people are looking forward. You're training them to look forward to your posts.
Right.
That's
right.
You know, Karen, I know a lot of people are jumping on here tonight and they want to learn about this Expo success model that I bragged about, because it is truly remarkable, and you're going to help all of us kind of shortcut our learning curve. I know a lot of women in particular like repping a product or service in this manner. So if you don't mind telling us, after you get into CTFO, what switch did you flip that made you want to go start hauling out around tables and display items to start putting some serious numbers on the board of new customers?
Well, I have been in several different multi-level marketing businesses in the past, and usually it's a carload of stuff and a table and whatever product you're selling. And so I've done a lot of house parties with that. So that was kind of a natural segue into doing an expo. And basically every fall, the first 2 weekends in October, our whole area here has, it's called the Spoon River Drive. And this year was our 51st Spoon River Drive, where people come from all over to see the beautiful trees that aren't quite their beautiful colors yet those 2 weekends. This weekend it's perfect. But anyway, so there was a new winery outside of town, and they advertised on Facebook that they were looking for vendors. So I think I was the first vendor to sign up. And it was funny because the winery people called me and they're like, whoa, you sell CBD oil? It's like, well, yeah, you sell wine.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
So anyway, I went out there and set up outside and had a lot of fun and met a lot of people.
How many people do you usually sign up at any one of these events? Is there kind of an average where you expect?
No.
Oh, it's different every time?
No, and I've really not done too much yet with the expos. This was probably my biggest plan, and I can tell you there may have been 10 other vendors there, and I was situated outside, and it was a blustery, rainy the first weekend, and it was freezing the second weekend. So we just had fun. The little booths that were near me, we just had fun. And we did have people come. They had music. In fact, I wanted to be outside because I thought the music would be inside and it would be hard to talk to people. But the music was outside. People came and sat in their coats and listened to the music and drank wine. And we just really had a good time.
That's a lot of what we do is so wonderful because we have fun doing it, right?
Right.
If you didn't enjoy doing expos, you would probably figure out a different way to take this product and money-making opportunity to market. Karen, I know that not every expo makes sense. There's lots of them that go on in our local areas, but some make better sense than others. So we could say health promoting expos would make sense.
Right.
People who are looking for career opportunities make sense. I like the idea of competitions. At the end of races, either before or after at races, you could have a display table or competitions of CrossFit and weightlifting and other things. What are some other expo ideas that you say it would make sense to make a small investment in this type of expo opportunity?
I really think that anytime you can get around people who have hobbies or, like different hunting events, hunting's big in my area. Like there's a big duck drawing that they have different people come to different duck drawing areas. And I'm going to try to get in on that next year.
A duck drawing. That's so cute.
Yeah. There's like 2,000 people come to that.
Wow.
So,
wow.
I mean, and those old hunters, they all got to be hurt. And I'm thinking they all got arthritis.
Yeah, I don't know if we have duck drawings in Phoenix, Arizona, but I'm going to look that one up. Let's take a look at your display table if we could, Karen, because you've done such a beautiful job putting it together. Tell us what we're seeing here, please.
Well, on my table that has the picture, the full picture, I went to Walgreens and I took pictures from my phone and made collage posters that are 16 by 20 and framed those. The little picture is of a dog endocannabinoid system. And then I just took what I had at home. I had a silver tray that was my mom and dad's wedding present that I have health and beauty products on. I have one of the buttons. I'm wearing a button about pain, and I have the big 4-inch button on my display table, and that button brought in a lot of comments. And I have my napkin holder that we temporarily misplaced for a while. And I have empty containers. I did not sell anything at this event because I just didn't want to put the big money into doing it. I could have sold everything I had.
And so why don't you do that, Karen? Because I'll say there's a lot of people who cannot invest a lot of money in inventory, and that certainly hasn't stopped you at all. Do you explain to us when someone comes to your table? Tell us how that conversation usually goes, and then how you move forward actually to take an order or enroll someone. Can you kind of go through that with us?
Well, a lot of people, when they would come up, I would just ask them, do you know about CBD oil? what do you know about CBD? And they would either know something or they wouldn't know something. If they didn't know anything, I would talk in more detail, and I pointed out all of the new products, and I have a poster of all the new products that we had there. And I really focused on the 10X Pure because that one has me super fired up and excited.
Yeah.
You know, I had my iPad there. I signed up a few people and took orders that way. And then I had a few people that they didn't want to sign up. They just wanted to order a product that I ordered, you know, when I got back home for them. And then I had a little pet there with the dog's endocannabinoid system. I have some pet products, and I had a lot of people interested in the pet products. And, you know, people take better care of their dogs than they do themselves.
So true. Not me, because I always say this, I don't like dog hair. There's the human endocannabinoid system that's part of your display.
Right.
Just saying, don't hate me, guys who love your animals like your family. That would not be me. When I come to your house, I'm going to be dodging your dog's exuberant hair. So this is the human endocannabinoid system. You also have, like you said, the dog endocannabinoid system. You've got our new, there it is. That's a great picture. Love it.
Isn't that great?
Yep, good job. And then you've got a picture of our new products that really pop. And then in your napkin holder, do you have some information, some printed information? Is that what's in there?
Yes, I printed little brochures that come in with our products. Actually, it was the twofold kind that shows how you take it and which oil you would want. You know, It talks about the 300, 500, 750, and 1500. And then I also had, and I'm not seeing those right now on the table, but I also have like a little collage of pictures, and my picture is on there and my business card. And they're like maybe 5x7 postcard size, a little bit bigger than postcards. And one of my dear elderly friends, who's like 80 something, she came up to my table. She took that particular business card promotion thing and held it to her chest and said, "Can I have this? It has your picture on it."
Oh, so that's great. Oh, that is so great. So when I'm looking at this table, I see the human endocannabinoid system, the dog endocannabinoid system. I see some pet products. I see some skincare. I see your napkin holder with some print material. We've even got weight loss products on there. You've got bottles of empty CBD oil to show them the various potencies and versions of
sprays.
Our pop version of our new product line. And then on this display table, I like when you and I talked in private that you've got these sitting on wooden easels. And I like it because it's earthy. It's an earthy warmth to your display there. Can you tell people where you get and the size of those easels, please?
I got the easels at Hobby Lobby on 50% off. So they were like $6 or $7. And actually to look at those, they should be about $35. They are really top quality. And, you know, like I said, the first day it rained. Well, I set up on the north side of the building because the rain was supposed to come in on the south side, according to the weather channel. Well, the rain started coming in sideways when we first set up from the north. So everybody else's displays were blowing all over the place. And I just put my hands on the top of my pictures and all my stuff. Of course, I had little rocks sitting on stuff too, holding it down. I didn't have any trouble at all. I didn't have to pick up anything after the rain stopped.
Yeah, that is so great. And you can tell that you've done this a timer 100 maybe. You have a black, you have a black velvet tablecloth, and you have a reason why you chose that as your fundamental piece to cover your table. So can you tell us why you picked it and where we can get that?
I actually probably bought the whole bolt, which was 12 yards probably, at Joann Fabric online. But I have gone to Joann Fabric, and I know people have also gone, Hobby Lobby I think also has it, but it's a crushed velvet, And that's probably about 2.5 yards that would fit on a 6-foot table and hang over on the sides. It's probably 60 feet wide, or I'm sorry, 60 inches wide. And it's crushed velvet. It doesn't need hemmed. It doesn't fray, roll, well, kind of rolls a little bit, but it doesn't need hemmed. And when I'm done packing up my display, I wad it up and put it in a grocery sack.
That's great. And then you got the CTFO signage from the back office of your website.
Yeah. And it matches my business cards is why I picked that one out. I like the colors on it.
And your business card is in the top, the right front portion of your table. As we're looking at it, you've got that little basket full of your business cards, right?
I have a wooden bowl with business cards on that side, and then I have some on the other side and a little Scotty glass dog that's a little antique thing that was cute.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very nice.
Right there.
I know I talked about you being a great storyteller, and oh my gosh, I could keep you on here with us for hours just telling stories. But I think I remember that at this recent expo you did that was nearly rained out, you only had a few passersby, but you only need a few because you scored it big. So can you tell us how one person, I don't even know if you had any conversation with her, how that ended up being a real score for you at an expo that might otherwise not have been a success?
Right. Well, I actually had several different things. First one that I don't want to forget to say is I ran into somebody, came to my booth who had been to the original, they'd been to Woodstock.
Wow.
If you remember Woodstock.
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember Woodstock.
Yeah, that was like the hit of the day for me. But anyway, I had a businesswoman come, and she had been researching CBD oil. So I gave her my brochures and stuff, and she had someone that I think was a pet groomer with her, a friend, and she was interested in the pet stuff. And I knew the business, and it's in another town about a half hour away from me, but I didn't get her name written down or anything, or phone number or anything. And she said, she'd go home and look it up. Well, I got up the next day. She had signed up and she had bought a whole bunch of products to sell in her business.
Tell us what a whole bunch is, because there's a number to it.
Well, there's that display that's like, I don't know, $700, $800. I believe she bought that right up before she even talked to me.
Oh, the whole big package, right? You're talking about a little bit of everything.
I think that's what she got. And then she's planning to have an event at Christmas time, and she's been selling along the way. She has customers, and she's selling out of her shop, out of her fitness business. So she's doing super duper duper nice gal.
Yeah, so you find somebody who's kind of a seeker, Karen. It's always a pleasure to deal with someone who's a seeker and self-directed, and she comes in here and just finds her way and just drives your numbers up and puts you on the tippy top of almost qualifying as a VP. Yeah, my girl.
I'll tell you another thing that another person I had roll in, and it was somebody that I talked to, but we hadn't been able to get together to sit down and talk, and we wanted to. And anyway, she came in, and she has since signed up, and that was the tipping point for her to come to my display. She's married to a guy from England. In fact, they just got back from England. So, they got family, and his mother's from Ireland. So, we're working on little training things there with them.
Yeah, well, that makes you that international business owner that we were talking about. How cool is that? You are just incredible. We talked about when we highlighted you on one of our trainings, Karen, that Todd and I talked about using the Shuffle digital business card to be able to give your information. It's just a little bit game on, game up a little bit to share your magnificent company and your magnificent self with these passersby. And you swipe up on your phone and deposit it in their text message area, and then in the future you can see when they viewed it, which lets you know appropriate times to re-engage, and you can upload it right into your CRM as part of the Shuffle system and put alert reminders to follow up with those people, and also scan their cards. So there's all kinds of ways that we can be just a little bit more technologically savvy and make things easier for ourselves, but we continue to refine that. So I just was going to make that point.
I
Before,
could have probably doubled my people that was able to make contact with if I would have used my Shuffle account, which I have a Shuffle account, and I'm not comfortable with it yet, and I just need to do it and practice on my friends, I think, to
yeah,
be
well,
able to do it to where I'm comfortable with it.
it has served me so well, Karen, just to put a best foot forward and to have all the information I need, deposit all my information on their phone, and it keeps evolving with me. If I decide to warm my hair and go brunette in the winter, or add some products like we've just done, we can cause an alert on their phone to direct them back to that business card, and it grows and evolves with us. So again, it's just, you're right, it's got a little bit of a learning curve to it, but
Right.
we'll be
well, and I'm old-fashioned enough. I like pencil and paper.
Yeah, well, okay, that works too. I drag around a little pad and pencil if I could as well. Before we let you go, I wanted you to help me make the point that CTFO really is for everybody, and it is not in our best interest to prejudge anybody.
Right.
It's a bad
Right.
idea on lots of different measures. So
Right.
can you share a couple stories with us so that we can hit people with a 2x4 alongside the head when in their mind they're creating why not somebody? Tell us why so.
Well, first of all, I've never met my sponsor. I've talked to him on the phone. We have never met in person ever yet. Now he's a couple hours away from me now, so I probably will see him before too long. But he was in Texas when I signed up, or maybe, I think he was in Texas then. When my daughter first met him on Facebook, he was in Missouri. So you don't have to know somebody to have somebody find out about you and sign up in your business. I have one leg in my business that it started with a gal who is a little older than my daughter. She was my mother's neighbor, and she signed up. Talked a little bit, but she signed up underneath me, and when I first started, and she's had somebody sign up under her that's a cosmetologist, and she had somebody sign up under her who's a celebrity entertainer, who had someone who's in acting in Chicago, who had someone who's in music and production in California, who just had someone from California sign up that was a real estate broker that said, there's businesses here selling hemp and cannabis that make $40 million annually. This is a really good business, and I've researched it, and she's in the same area as our corporate office. And it's like,
wow.
I mean, here I'm in a little town in the middle of Illinois with cornfields and Asian beetles flying all over. Right. Oh, yeah. You would not like that at all. And I mean, here I am back where the corporate office is.
Yeah.
Now, and my people all have such wonderful hearts. Right now, one of the gals, she and I are we just signed up someone under her, Cynthia. And this gal that's a friend of hers had a house fire and no insurance. So Cynthia and I are trying to brainstorm and figure out how we can do fundraisers, and she's doing a GoFundMe page trying to help this woman get her life back on track. And we think this business could help her.
Yep. So, and we really are a family here, and we so know that, don't we, Karen? It's not what we promoted, it's who we are to each other. Yeah. Yes. You have been a magnificent guest for us, and Todd and I and Klaus, we're so looking forward to your contribution tonight. And there's a lot of people who are on here looking to glean some of your ideas, and we thank you.
I have one more I got to tell you.
All right, go for it, Scary Girl.
I did a little meeting at a local restaurant the other day with one of my personal, asked me if I could do a little training. So we had some new people come. There was just a few people that came. One person came in her wheelchair and is on a ventilator and has a debilitating disease. I can't remember exactly the name of it. she's already, I don't know what, she's just been in, and I think she's probably sponsored 3 or 4 people already. I don't know if she's executive manager yet, but she was talking about her granddaughter, that for 9 years, her granddaughter did a lemonade stand, and they raised $25,000 for St. Jude.
That's incredible.
And that woman's in my business.
Yeah.
And, it's just incredible, the people in the heart. And I don't really care about the money that much, as much as I care about helping people and having people in my business that have that heart.
Yeah, and heart you do, and smarts, Karen Ball. Thank you so much for joining us from Illinois tonight, 6 months in, just teetering on becoming a vice president here, and all of us can see why. So God bless you, continued success, and thank you for being our guest tonight.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight on this Halloween night. It's interesting because kids are coming to our door and they're dressing up as something that they want to resonate with tonight. So how about you consider dressing up as your own best superhero, your own best advocate? Could you flip that switch with us tonight? Could you disassociate yourself from failures and shortcomings and reinvent yourself tonight as a superhero here at CTFO? We're going to give you the space and the opportunity to do that, to be anything you dare to be. We're just here to support you and give you all you need to be the grandest version of yourself. You can do it tonight. I encourage you to get back with the person who invited you to this webinar and get enrolled in this program for absolutely free, no risk, and go shopping. Find a product that's going to work for you, that makes sense with your conditions, your health challenges, your health goals, and have your turnaround story, and then do what Karen and I do. Go out and open your mouth and share with other people who need to know what we've talked about here tonight, which is the brilliant benefits of our CBD products, changing your health, our money-making opportunity, changing your wealth, one body at a time. I want to call it a wrap here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you for your generous time and attention. Good night to all, and God bless.